Hi all, I'm Kaz here with the Ulti Show, special edition at the World Games in Poland. And I have a very special guest here with me today. So can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, I am Tasia Balding. I'm the assistant coach for Team Canada.
Coach for Canada, fantastic. So being a coach for this kind of event is a big deal, isn't it? How do you go about preparing your team for such a big global stage?
So our preparation started almost a year ago. When we selected the team, we also selected the support that goes with it, so including strength and conditioning training, mental toughness programs, and a variety of other kind of plans to get us to this point, today, this morning.
Fantastic. So you mentioned mental toughness. That's an interesting element. And obviously we're talking about mixed teams here, so we've got men and women with equal opportunity to play on the field, which is fantastic. Do you adjust your coaching? Do you have special methods for teaching the different genders?
I don't, personally. What I find works more is it's an individual communication item, so it doesn't matter the gender. It depends on how that person takes feedback and likes to be communicated to in the moment, at practice, and even via email and other types of communication. It's more of an individual thing than a gender-specific thing for me.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's good to know. What do you think an event like this does for men and women watching back home when they're seeing these mixed teams play on a global stage? Are we going to see more women, more mixed teams? Is it inspiring people, do you think?
Well, the first year mixed ultimate was in the World Games was 2001, right? And so I think over that 16-year period, we have naturally seen a growth. I don't know if it's easy to directly contributed to this and this large stage, but I do think that it's very important. I mean, for women and girls back home or anywhere around the world to see female athletes on television playing a very athletic and it's like grueling at times sport with. It's really nice to, I think, have the opportunity to show both genders.
Yeah. So I was chatting earlier to a couple of the Polish team, and there was one suggestion that the guys actually like playing in mixed teams because it creates a different atmosphere. It's a more friendly vibe.
Okay.
I mean, is that the solution in some ways to encourage people to play mixed? Is it to get people to experience more mixed games, to have these experiences and realize that actually it is a wonderful environment to be in?
I do think yes, to some extent. I mean, I have experience with both men's teams and women's teams, and there is a different vibe. You know, I mean, men's teams, when you have a group of 20 men, it tends to be a little bit more testosterone driven, and when you have a women's team or a more gender equal team, it does. The atmosphere, the communication in general on the team is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I think, some more experience playing with a mixed environment would help.
So what else is happening in Canada and in the region to help there be, more mixed games and encourage more women to play? I understand there might be some special things that have been happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Cascade and the 5 Ultimate crew, the Taccomes back in Seattle, are doing a lot of really important work with gender equity. And
so just to remind our viewers about who those people are. So yes. Cascade is...
Yeah, the Cascades are an AUDL team.
Fantastic.
And,
professionals,
they're owned by the same people who own 5 Ultimate, who are very active in the community in Seattle and across the United States.
Okay, fantastic.
And so in terms of how they helped us for this tournament, they came to Vancouver to scrimmage us. We had a friendly with them, and it was very exciting and really great for the community to see. They have their Cascade mixed squad, and they, throughout this spring, had a few friendly matches. They did one with San Francisco, and they did one with Vancouver and the Riptide crew. So I think that just getting that exposure and getting that attention on social media is very important, and it's particularly happening in the Pacific Northwest in the US, but we're hoping that it's contagious around the world.
Right, and everyone can be watching those videos anywhere in the world and getting inspired to see those players as well, right?
Absolutely, and they're part of a really important and sometimes difficult conversation about gender equity in sport.
Yeah, absolutely, really important issue. Thank you so much for speaking with us. So there we go. Wonderful chat there with the coach. So getting the coach's perspective is really fantastic. I'm Kaz with the Ulti Show at the World Games.